I promise I actually look really good. It's just that my phone camera hates me. Um, I was finally watching BookTube again, and that motivated me to let you know what I read this year. And when I opened the story graph, I was pleasantly surprised because apparently I read 73 books, which is less of a flop than I expected. Like, in my head, I just didn't fucking read at all this year, but I read 73 books, so let's go. And we're starting off strong with Piranesi, 5 out of 5. Sorrowland, I basically don't remember anything except for like, I vividly remember this part where the main character rips off, like tears off someone's head with her bare hands, and it was very lesbian of her. Um, Misanthrope was hilarious. I never expected to laugh as much as I did while reading this. Post-colonial love poem. I mean, 4 out of 5. I don't know what else to say. Verder. I don't care. Why I'm no longer talking to white people about race. This is good. Um, Bluets by Maggie Nelson. I read, gave 5 stars, bought, read again, still gave 5 stars. Being opposed upon, I borrowed from a friend and it was just absolutely beautiful and touching as fuck. I reread Night Sky with Exit Wounds by Ocean Vuong because I'm gay and sad. And then I reread The Lightning Thief because I'm gay and sad. Oh god, then I reread How to Be Both because I'm gay and sad. Yeah. And you guessed it, folks. You heard it here first. I reread The Rule of Wolves, like The King of Scars and Rule of Wolves duology, because I'm gay and sad and I wanted to feel something, and it sort of worked, but also not really. And then I read my first Louise Gluck. I don't fucking know how to to pronounce her last name, but Slay. 4 out of 5. And then I read Vaste Grond by Bianca Boer, surprisingly good for a book, like a poetry book that has these little cringy ass doodles in it. Then I read Hold Still by Nina LaCour, surprisingly bad for a Nina LaCour book. And then I read Hoi Faced by Ellen Deckwitz, which was what it was. So 3 out of 5. Then I read like the whatever the fuck, what's it called? I don't even give a shit. Some fantasy I didn't care about. 3 out of 5. Now you know what? Scratch that. Probably like 1.5 out of 5 because I honestly couldn't give less of a shit. Then I read Salome by Oscar Wilde, which has a lot of murder. I read Bartleby, which is based on Bartleby the Scrivener, and it's about like capitalism bad. And honestly, it's lace. Then I read Medea, which I don't have anything to say about, and I also read The Cherry Orchard and The Seagull by Chekhov, and he is great. I will read more by him. His plays are very slay. Then I read another Moliere, I read The Imaginary, like, Sick Person, I don't know the English title, because the first one made me laugh so much, but this one was less of a slay, but still very funny. Then I read another Ellen Dekwitz book, which one I liked this one more, The Steenvreesme, which is stupid because I didn't buy this one. I bought the other one, but I borrowed this one from the library and should have been the other way around because this one was better, but also I don't really care that much. Then I read Massa Strandingen by Moira de Veter, which, oh my fucking god, 5 out of 5. Love so much. Fucking god. Then I read Psychopolitics by Byung-Chul Han. Fuck that guy and his words. I mean, he's right, but like, he needs to shut up. He takes himself way too seriously. He has like an ego the size of the fucking planet. He also generalizes to the point where like what it's not even useful anymore, and he's also kind of ableist. So I kind of can go into a rant, so I'm not gonna. Then I read Murder in the Cathedral. Don't ask why. I don't know. I read a bunch of Heiner Muller. Some of it's good, and then some of it makes me question reality. I read Against Interpretation by Susan Sontag, who also needs to shut up because she likes herself too much. Then I read A Dream Play by August Strindberg, which I wish I didn't read that. Then I reread Wojciech, and I reread Happy Days by Samuel Beckett. I fucking love Happy Days by Samuel Beckett. Literally, fuck you and shut up if you have a different opinion than me, because I don't care. And then I read Leonce and Lena by that George Buchner guy, and he also, yes. Honestly, I thought I had an opinion, but I don't. It's good. Yeah. I read L'Illusion Comique, but in Dutch, and it was boring as fuck. A Tale for the Time Being by Ruth Ozeki traumatized me. Towards a Poor Theater by Jerzy Kortowski. He's fucking interesting, and I wish I could have taken that book in like properly and like fully comprehended, but honestly, too many big words. Salt by Doreen Hendricks. I don't know why I still try with YA because it's just not my genre. The Starless Sea was cozy. I liked it more than I thought I would because I fucking despised the Night Circus. And this was all over the place, but sort of also vibe, so. Oranges Are Not the Only Fruit made me cry, but I still only gave it 3 stars. Then I was sad and gay again, and I read Time is a Mother by Ocean Vuong, and I don't know if I will ever recover. Then I read A Kind of Spark, which infuriates me, and the more I think about it, the more I don't like this book. I finally read something by Toni Morrison. I read The Bluest Eye, and yeah, you were all correct. That is incredible literature. Like, I have no notes. Stinkhond, Stinkendrek, 5 out of 5. Stinkhond has my entire heart. Stinkhond and Platte Kat. I love so much. Zomerburen by Rihanna Robben, same story, it's YA, and I shouldn't have given it a shot because it's just not for me. Phantom Mary by Marieke Lucas Renneveld, my one and only true love, my absolute idol when it comes to poetry. He knows what's up. I'm not even gonna mention the titles of these because I can't be bothered, and I read a bunch of poetry collections from the library that I just randomly picked up in Dutch, and they were shitting fucking garbage and bored me to death. I was going through an existential crisis in August and honestly having a breakdown every day of my life. And then I read A Saving Time by Jenny Odell during it, and she just hits, yeah, it's a yes from me. I love Ada Limon, but the carrying was just not it. Like, all of these poems were so deeply mediocre, and I don't understand why she put them together in a collection. She should have should have stayed in the drafts, you know. Should have stayed in the drafts, but it's okay. It's okay. We all make mistakes. And then I read 4.48 Psychosis by Sarah Kane after telling myself and everyone who doesn't give a shit that I wasn't gonna do that because it would fuck me up. And then I did it anyway because I hate myself. And it fucked me up, but I'm still glad I read it because it's fucking, yes. It's peak. It's very peak. I read The Art of Cruelty by Maggie Nelson, which is interesting but also ableist, so fuck that shit. Oh, and then I had some good reading experiences because I read Everyone in This Room Will Someday Be Dead, which is a new favorite of mine, 5 out of 5. I've never seen myself this much in a book ever. And then I read Autobiography of Red by Anne Carson, who is a poetic lyrical genius. And I bought that as well. It